Dear students, I welcome you to my grammar class. Today, the topic is types of sentences. I have already discussed in my previous class about simple sentence, compound sentence, and now we shall discuss about the complex sentences. Here is a question: what is a complex sentence? A sentence with at least one independent clause and one or more subordinate or dependent clauses is called a complex sentence. Again, a sentence with at least one independent clause and one or more subordinate or dependent clauses is called a complex sentence. जो वाक्य गोटे मुख्य वाक्य थिवो स्वाधीन वाक्य थिवो एवं गोटे किंबा अनेक आश्रित उपवाक्य निर्भरशील खंडवाक्य थिवो सेही सेंटेंस को आमे कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस कहवा जटिल वाक्य कहवा. Let us see some examples. Here is a sentence: I am certain of completing the work today. Now we see here am is the finite verb. Next we see I am certain that I shall complete the work today. Here am is finite verb and shall is another finite verb. Next sentence: tell me the place of your birth. Here tell is one finite clause. And again tell me where you were born. Here you see tell one finite verb and where another finite verb. Next sentence number third: hard working students succeed in the examination. Here succeed is one finite verb and students who work hard succeed in the examination. Students work is finite verb and succeed another finite verb. So we know it before that the sentence having one finite verb is called a simple sentence. According to this rule, I am certain of completing the work today is a simple sentence. Tell me the place of your birth is a simple sentence. Hard working students succeed in the examination is a simple sentence. And I am certain that I shall complete the work today. Look at your book. There are three. I am certain of completing the work today. The first sentence, I am certain, and second sentence, that I shall complete the work today, means first clause, main clause, I am certain, and that I shall complete the work today, it is a subordinate clause. So I am certain, main clause, that I shall complete the work today is subordinate clause. So this is a complex sentence with a one clause and another subordinate clause. Now see sentence number 2. Tell me where you were born. Tell me main clause, independent clause, where your verb subordinate clause. So, according to our rule, main clause with one coordinate clause. So, it is also a complex sentence. Next, come to the sentence number 3. Students who work hard succeed in the examination. Students succeed in the examination, main clause. Students succeed in the examination, main clause. And who work hard is subordinate clause. Students succeed in the examination, MC, and who work hard, SC. So, this is a complex sentence. We know a complex sentence has one MC and also one or more than one subordinate clauses. Here a question arises, what is a subordinate clause? Now see, a subordinate clause is dependent on MC, for it cannot stand independently on a sentence. So, subordinate clause, in other way we can say, it is a dependent clause. It depends upon the main clause. ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଏହାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ଆଶ୍ରିତ ଉପବାକ୍ୟ ବା ନିର୍ଭରଶୀଳ ଉପବାକ୍ୟ। ଏହା ମୁଖ୍ୟ ବାକ୍ୟ ଉପରେ, ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଖଣ୍ଡ ବାକ୍ୟ ଉପରେ ନିର୍ଭର କରିଥାଏ। ଏହା କେବେ ହେଲେ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ ବାକ୍ୟ ହେଇପାରିବ ନାହିଁ। ଏହା ଏକ ନିର୍ଭରଶୀଳ ଉପବାକ୍ୟ। ମୁଖ୍ୟ ବାକ୍ୟକୁ ଛାଡ଼ିଦେଲେ ଏହାର ଅର୍ଥ କିଛି ମାନେ ରହେ ନାହିଁ। So, a subordinate clause is dependent, ନିର୍ଭରଶୀଳ on MC, main clause, for it can stand independently on a sentence. Why it is so? Why it is called so? A subordinate clause is called so as it begins with a subordinator. Subordinator, sanjojaka, such as that, WH words, as, became, since, it, through, though, etc. So, a subordinate clause is called so as it begins with a subordinator such as that, WH words, as, became, since, if, though, etc. Again, we see subordinate clause are three kinds. In subordinate clause, three prakar. That is, NC noun clause, RC relative clause, adverb clause. Noun clause, विशेष उपवाक्य. Relative clause or adjective clause, विशेषण उपवाक्य. Adverb clause, क्रिया विशेषण उपवाक्य. So, SC are three kinds. You know, noun clause, relative clause, adverb clause. We discuss these three clauses vividly in our next classes. Now, see a diagram on the sentence and clauses. Sentence divided by, according to clause, it is divided into three sentences. One clause, independent clause or main clause, we can say is a simple sentence. Simple sentence has only one clause. More than one clause. It may be compound sentence and it may be complex sentence. More than one clause. Two or more coordinate clauses, CC. Two or more coordinate clauses is called compound sentence. One main clause with one or more than one subordinate clause, it is called a complex sentence. So, now we know one clause, that is independent clause, that is main clause, is a simple sentence. More than one clause with two or more coordinate clauses joined together with coordinator is called a compound sentence. One MC with one or more than one subordinate clauses form a complex sentence. You have already known what is MC and what is SC. So now you mark and do the exercise activity 7. Let us see the activity 7. Break up, look your book, see your book and look at the blackboard. Sentence number 1. Here the question says, break up each of the following sentences into two separate clauses. Mark the main clause as MC and the subordinate clause as SC. Now, look at the blackboard and also see your book. He would go, question sentence number 1, he would go if you asked him. Here, he would go MC, main clause. And if you asked him, SC, subordinate clause. Because if you asked him depends on the MC, he would go. Sentence number 2, you should not disbelieve what he says. Here, if he is co-subordinator, you should not disbelieve what he says. You should not disbelieve MC, what he says, subordinate clause, what is subordinator. He found the watch, MC, that he had lost, SC, subordinate clause. That is the subordinator. Though he was born of poor parents, here, this is SC, subordinate clause. He rose to greatness, MC. Here, though he is the subordinator. We thought that he was a hermit. We thought MC and that he was a hermit, SC. Here, that is the subordinate. A dog that barks seldom bites. A dog seldom bites, MC, main clause. And that barks, subordinate clause. And that is the subordinator. The place where Buddha was buried has recently been discovered. The place has recently been discovered. MC. Where Buddha was buried, subordinate clause. Here, where is subordinator. It always appears when it rains. In this sentence, it always appears MC. And when it rains, SC. Here, when is subordinator. You know, subordinator comes at the beginning of the subordinate clause. And so, it is called subordinate clauses. Now, let us see activity 8. See your book. Activity 8. Study the following sentences from your previous textbook. Write S against simple sentences, B against compound sentences, and X against complex sentences. Now see the first sentence. I saw that some of the tables had been pushed into a corner. This sentence is a complex sentence. You put X at the end of the sentence. Why it is a complex sentence? You see that is subordinator. That is subordinator here. I saw that some of the tables had been pushed into a corner. This is a subordinate clause. I saw main clause. Next, sentence number 2. I choose the corner table, seated myself and started skimming through the newspaper. It is a complex sentence. I choose the corner table, independent clause. I seated myself, another independent clause. I started skimming through the newspaper, another independent clause. And it is joined with a coordinator and. So it is a compound sentence. Now see sentence number 3. When I had finished my lunch, I asked the waiter about her. It is a complex sentence. You put X here. So why here when is the subordinator? When I had finished my lunch, a subordinate clause. I asked the waiter about her main clause. So it is a complex sentence. You put X here. The curiosity which I felt about the girl persisted. See, the curiosity about the girl persisted. Which I felt subordinating clause. Which is the subordinator. Main clause is the curiosity about the girl persisted. I understood how she felt. I understood main clause. How she felt subordinate clause. How is subordinator? You put X, the symbol of complex sentence at the end. You see, question number 6. Do you usually go this way? It is a interrogative sentence. It is a simple sentence also. And as we drank tea, I talked about it. When I go to that part of the country, I shall visit your brother's grave and write to you. When I go to that part of country, subordinating clause. Subordinator when is subordinator. I shall visit your brother's grave and write to you. So it is a complex sentence. You put at the end of the sentence X. Maggie, take Mr. Gupta upstairs. Here, take is the only finite verb, so it is a simple sentence. I got off and held her hand. I got off, main clause, independent clause. I held her hand, another independent clause. Here, these two independent clause joined by coordinator and, so this is a compound sentence. You put the at the end of the sentence. Now, the grammar class about the complex sentence is over. Thanks to all and wait for the next class. We learn about non-finite clauses.